doing? Hello, hi, how are you? That was okay, let's just roll with it. Story time. Okay. This, as you can tell with the video title, obviously, is a story time. Now, I don't have a mic. I'm probably, like, super quiet. I'll probably have to do this again. Put on some headphones, make it a little bit better. Hopefully it is, because I don't feel like doing that again. This is already a lot of work. There is so much work going into it. Oh my god, this freaking YouTube channel is dead. I would like to revive it. Instagram followers, please watch my videos. Please, you are my only hope at this point. Other than that, let's get straight into the freaking video. Okay, so I spent Christmas in the hospital, which was not that great. Okay, it sucked actually. I mean, I guess it was okay, not the greatest. I was in the hospital because I had a brain tumor. Yay! Yeah, I had a brain tumor on the back of my head that had a cyst on it, and it exploded or did something to the tumor which made it bleed, and there was basically blood filling up in my head, and if I did not have surgery, I would die. Which is, it's not crazy to think about anymore, because I'm like, it's over, it already happened. And I'm fine with it. I mean, I did cry the first time, but that was because I was, you know, it was scary. It was very scary, but now it's just, it's basically like a joke now. I mean, it's there. It was a point in my life that should not have happened. I wish it didn't, but it did. It was meant to happen. But, when I was okay, before I went to the hospital, I was having headaches for 2 weeks. I had headaches straight on, all the time for 2 weeks, which is not the best. It sucked, it did, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. Parents didn't know. They were like, what, we don't know what's going on. Every parent already, they're just like, they give their kids Tylenol, they're good to go. You just give your kids some Tylenol, send them off to school, and they are not your problem for the next 8 hours. Yeah, it was different because, when I had my headaches, my parental unit number 1 took me to urgent care, where they said, he has a sinus infection. No way. And then I coughed, and he was like, oh my god, you need some cough medicine, you sound like you're dying. And I coughed 1 time, and it was because there was allergies going around, and it was not the best for me, so I was just a little bit, you know, bad, like, just like once or twice, and he thought I was dying, so he gave me cough medicine, which we did not pick up because I didn't need it. No, they didn't think I needed it, so they didn't. Yeah, everything goes great. So then what happens is I still have headaches. He says if he still has headaches, take him to the ER and have his head spin. That's just another thing for if you're getting a scan, like a CTI or an MRI, where they put you in this big machine, and it's like this, and I did it because I had to. My mom she's claustrophobic, so she can't be in those little spaces for a long period of time. She had to go and open MRI. That's another story. So yeah, I still have headaches. So I go to my mom on Wednesday. She tells me every time, and every time she tells other people, she feels horrible about it. I don't think. I mean, it was her parenting at the time. I don't feel bad about it. But she had work, and I went in her room and said, Mom, I need to go to the ER and have my head spin. And she said, if you are crying wolf, I swear. And I said back, Mother, why would I be lying about something that's hurt me for 2 weeks now? With that expression, and um, she just gave me some Tylenol, told me go to school, everything was fine. She said, tell me how you're feeling afterwards. And after school, I come home, and I didn't know, but I fell asleep until 7, and I had no idea where I was. I couldn't figure it out. It was dark, but I looked at the clock and thought it was 7 a.m. So I was like, oh my god, I need to get ready for school. I look outside. Oh my god, it's still dark. What's going on? Somebody's passed. So I was confused. I didn't understand what was happening. And then I figured it out, and I called my mom, and I was like, hey, something weird happened, and we didn't like that, so I went to bed. Thursday comes around, still having headaches. My dad takes me, my mom said, take him to the emergency room. He needs to go to the emergency room. No, my dad takes me to the doctor, because that's good parenting right there. Parenting 101. He takes me there, and she does a brain test on me. Like, follow my finger with your eyes, can you walk in a straight line? And I failed all of them really badly. And she was like, yeah, you need to take him to the ER. That's not good. Thank God she did, because if she didn't, like I said, I would be dead. Anyway, there was this little ER right down the street from the little doctor's office. So we went there. That's the tone. It's your best friend calling. You better pick up the phone. So, what is it, Christian? Pick. Whatever. Okay. Back to what I was talking about. That's the tone. It's your best friend calling. You better pick up the phone. Continuing on, I went to the little ER was where it was, I don't know, right down the street from the doctor's office. So we go there. They put me down. He does the same test, and he's like, okay, we're gonna get a CAT scan, and then we're gonna put a needle in your back. And I was like, no. Thankfully, he didn't when he saw the scan, because it wasn't an MRI, it was a CT scan, so just my head was going in. And they got the results back, and it was a tumor. Yeah, but they didn't know there was a cyst on it. They didn't know it was bleeding. They just knew it was a large mass on the left side of my brain and on my brainstem. That's why because it wasn't messing up anything. It wasn't damaging anything, but it was pushing against everything. So everything was a little bit different. That's why I couldn't balance, and I flickered my eyes when she did the eye test. And from there, my mom had a surgery that day in the morning, and so she came rushing to the hospital in her car, which she was not supposed to do, but she did. And we rode in the ambulance to the hospital together. They said, we're going to admit you to the hospital. It was like, okay. It all went by fast, except for when I was in the hospital, because that was freaking, oh my god. So, we ride in the ambulance, we get to the hospital. I go to CP, where was I? In the urgent care unit. I don't know what it is, like CUI or something. CPU, I don't know. So I go there, and they took an MRI. Then they found the whole it was bleeding thing. So I stayed for 2 days, just watching TV, waiting, and then they moved me from this small room to the biggest room in that area, which was nice. I mean, I just sat there and watched TV. Those beds were so uncomfortable. There was no way to get comfortable. It was crazy. I mean, it was comfortable before the surgery and all that, but afterwards it sucked. It still sucks going to sleep, but not as bad as the hospital bed, because that, oh my god, getting comfortable was impossible. And they came into the room every 30 minutes. So I didn't sleep. Nobody in the room slept. It was only my parents. They didn't sleep. Nobody did. I mean, I took naps for like 20 minutes, but they would just keep waking you up over and over and over again to take these pills, to flush your IV. That was, I was over that. I was angry. But I spend the next 2-3 days just waiting, and then they decide on Wednesday, December 23rd, they are going to do the surgery at 7 o'clock in the morning. And they said it would take 3 to 4 hours. Not crazy, nothing bad. So Wednesday comes around, I go into it, and he puts this thing in my IV, and he told me you would cough a lot, and I did. It was crazy. I coughed a lot. And then this other guy comes up, and he forces this mask on my face of the amnesia. He forces it in on my face. And I'm breathing that in as I'm coughing, which is really hard. And then it gets all loud, and then everything went white, and then everything went black. And then I watched this guy who is like right next to me cut down a tree, and it was so loud. And then it was quiet, and there I don't remember what happened. So yeah, the surgery was supposed to be 3 to 4 hours. It was actually 8. It took them 2 hours to put my head back together, and this was all last week. That's the crazy part. I had the surgery last week or 2 weeks ago. One of the two. Anyway, so as my family is waiting for me halfway through the surgery, they said code blue, and my whole family thought I died, except for my sister, because she's a nurse too. She works in the same unit that I was in, not the operation room, but the CPU or whatever. And so she was laughing the whole time because everyone else was crying, and she was like laughing. And because they thought I died, but she knew that wasn't me because there were other people in the hospital and that could happen to them. I heard 3 code blues in that hospital for 2 weeks. Over the span of 2 weeks, there was 3. But no, it wasn't a code blue. Right after they called and said, hey, the surgery's going fine. He's not dead. He didn't die. But they had to call because none of the nurses could leave. They had to help with that. because there was so much blood, basically. And so after the surgery, I come out, I wake up off the anesthesia. I'm coming off of it, and I tell my parents, get out. Don't touch me. And small things like that. Shoot. I have 1 minute. Come off the amnesia. That was an experience. And then 2 days later, I get released. But they told me you wouldn't be able to walk, you wouldn't be able to talk, you wouldn't be able to stand outside because it would be too bright. And I did all of those things the day after. They thought I was a miracle child. Like, they thought I was Superman, all the nurses. Because I was the fastest to heal from, like, a surgery like that. It would take a month in the hospital. It took me 2 days after surgery, and then I left. No big deal. I'm just special that way. But yeah, after the surgery, I had a drainage pipe on the top of my head. It wasn't necessary. They just had it for safety reasons. I mean, it's still there. It's still, but there's nothing I can do about it because it was like that, and I can't go to the barbers and get my hair cut because if I do, I'm putting myself at risk of the wound opening because the doctor was like, if you get a haircut, I watched this video of a guy who had surgery on the same surgery, and the barber's comb got stuck in it, and it opened, and ew. So I don't want to risk it. I don't want to put myself at risk. But that is that, and yeah, I'm doing great now. When I came home, though, I was like a zombie. I was dead. Not dead in a physical way, dead in a verbal way. Like, I had no emotion. Everything was just And that was a day or two after Christmas. It did not feel like Christmas. I don't like Christmas that much anymore. Sorry, y'all. I don't like it that much. It's not great. I mean, I spent Christmas in the hospital and had surgery, and that was, oh, Lord have mercy. It was horrible, but it's over. I mean, I still have a huge scar on the back of my head. Huge. The hair, it's growing back. Thank God. But, yeah. I had staples. They removed those. If I still had them, though, because he said you want to have them 10 to 14 days. I had them 10 days after surgery. So, yeah, he took those out. That was not... It wasn't painful. I mean, it hurt. Not badly, though. Because it was like... In some places, you couldn't feel anything. In other places, it was like a fire ant biting you. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was right here, though, because it was a tender area. But nothing crazy. I have lost feelings in this area. I can hear it. I can kind of feel it. But other than that, like, it's just not there. Feelings or anything. And I mean, yeah, that's my story. So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe for more content, and the next video I upload will be me unboxing a Hot Topic haul. Yay! Yeah, I'm gonna do a Hot Topic haul because I got a load of stuff. Love that. So I'm gonna film that video now and get that over with. Then do the editing, which is gonna take the rest of the day. So yeah, I put a lot into this. I really want this to be something that is successful. So I'm gonna try. Now I'm gonna edit this video and then do the haul. Thank you for watching. Bye.